living in a tilty house where everything's sliding that way. Hey, good evening. Hope you're happy wherever you are, staying warm like I am. Um, I want to talk right now about a method I use in coloring comic book pages where I gang up a whole bunch of pages, as many as 3, 4, 6, sometimes 9 pages. Let's dive right into the structure and the reason why I work on 9 pages at a time for coloring. Here is the comic book I'm working on, where I have these pages finished in a PDF that is not high resolution enough for printing, but good enough for using on the web, for sharing, etc. So yeah, I got these pages finished. The next pages are mocked up in pencil. I have the word balloons put in place. Essentially, the word balloons are where they're going to be. The pencil pages are helpful for me to see if I've left enough space for word balloons, if I have to move things around. Like, for example, I'll move my point here. I'm not sure if you can see this, but there's a floodlight, a spotlight up here behind this word balloon, and I'm just simply not going to do that because it looks kind of funny with this shape here you can't see in the background. So it really makes no sense to ink and color that. Little details like that, or I can see as a heads up, like just to avoid doing this, avoid doing that, or move a character around so that there's space enough for the word balloon. But yeah, okay. So now the question is, I got these pages done. How do I get the next pages colored in Photoshop? So let's go over to Photoshop. And here is a 9-page grid, which I made, that contains my scene for 1, 2, 3, 4 more pages, almost 4 more pages, like 3 and 2/3 about. And as you can see, the colors are kind of messy, and that's intentional. I don't really care about the colors fitting inside the lines. What I care about is just, filling in, literally going panel by panel and coloring in each part of the character's hair, their skin color, the color of the walls, the ceiling, the furniture, and just getting basically as much of this fleshed out as I can without worrying about it looking perfect and elegant and finished and polished up. That can come later. The advantage of working on something like this is, in a grid pattern, is to be able to manipulate things. Like, here, I'll show you there's a layer underneath everything, and you can see how it has these panels that are enclosed. You don't ever see this in the finished product, but I can take the magic wand tool and I can select, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong layer here. Okay, there we go. I can select like, say, these panels on this page and nothing else. Now I go to the color layer and I make an adjustment. Let's say let's just say levels, okay? See how I can manipulate them, the colors, like there. We'll go try another one. But I like curves. Curves are kind of fun. There's where you're manipulating a line here. You see how I'm changing. See how I've changed the saturation levels. Curves kind of go into specific regions. I don't really understand how these work exactly. So I'm sorry, but yeah. And another thing I can do is I select a new layer. Okay, here, let's I'll make a new layer. Okay, I'll make a new layer, and then in that layer I'll pick out the paint bucket tool, and you can't see it, it's off the screen, but I'll pick a like a dark orangey brown. There, okay. And oh no, you ruined it. No, let's say I take that, but then I'll pull back the opacity. That's how much it's filling. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. And you can see how I made all the colors kind of uniform doing that. But I didn't make them go away completely, because you back off on the opacity. Like, let's say it's a room where you want the colors to be kind of orangey all over, but you've already picked out these colors, but you want to change everything just real slightly. This is a really fast and effective way of doing that. And once you're happy with that, hit Command E on a Mac, and you just merge it down, and boom, there it is. It's like, now I have the colors in there for those panels I picked out. You see how I changed all that into kind of like a orangey golden brown, and it's using these methods that I go about making these panels work and making the colors work. So those are just a couple of methods of using a rough color technique and a large nine-panel layout to get your work done. Okay, I hope you like that. Make sure to check the description down below to look up the links for my website and for my store site if you want to buy some of my comic books like Mayfield 8 and Double Barrel and other comics I was working on. And also I have the Dorchester Days, which is a fun Patreon site down there in the links below in the description. Make sure to like this YouTube channel and subscribe for more videos about how to make your comic book better.